In the heart of the desert, rising against time itself, stand the pyramids of Egypt. For centuries they've guarded a mystery. How were they built with such precision? Each block weighs tons, yet they fit together tighter than a credit card. Thousands of years later, we still can't fully replicate their accuracy. So what ancient engineering secrets made this possible? It all began over 4,000 years ago, under the rule of Pharaoh Khufu. His vision was to build a monument that would last forever. To do that, Egypt's engineers had to defy every limit of their time. The foundation was aligned perfectly with the cardinal directions. No modern compass, no satellites, just the stars above. They used the night sky, especially the pole star, to orient their design. Even today, the deviation from true north is less than a fraction of a degree. Then came the challenge of lifting millions of limestone blocks. How could people without cranes build something taller than 40-story buildings? The secret may lie in ramps, but not the kind we imagine. Recent discoveries suggest internal spiral tunnels were used to move stones upward. This method reduced friction and allowed controlled elevation. Ancient Egyptians mastered the physics of balance and leverage. They built ramps from mud brick and limestone, then recycled them afterward. But the key wasn't brute strength. It was precision and organization. Contrary to myth, these workers weren't slaves. They were skilled craftsmen. Archaeological evidence shows they were fed, paid, and honored. The pyramid site was more like a massive industrial city. Every team had a task: cutting, hauling, leveling, or measuring. They even had engineers to measure exact angles using water levels. The base of the Great Pyramid is nearly perfectly level, within centimeters. To achieve this, they used simple tools with complex understanding. Ropes, wooden sleds, copper chisels. Nothing fancy, yet revolutionary. But how did they move those enormous stones from distant quarries? Ancient records revealed they used water to reduce friction, a small change that made hauling thousands of tons possible. The Nile itself became the lifeline of pyramid construction. Engineers built canals leading directly to the construction site. Rome's enemies adapted, learning from every Roman misstep. The Gothic Wars and Hunnic invasions destabilized Europe. Each layer of the pyramid was set inward slightly to stabilize structure. The angle, 51.5 degrees, wasn't random. It was structural perfection. Education and administration continued in pockets, especially in the East. How did they ensure perfect shape on such a massive scale? Engineers used sightlines and plumb bobs suspended from poles. The outer casing stones were polished limestone, shining like mirrors. Emperors' extravagant spending accelerated financial ruin. It wasn't just an architectural feat. It was celestial symbolism. Each structure mirrored the stars, symbolizing the pharaoh's path to the gods. For ancient Egyptians, architecture was a bridge between earth and eternity. They designed for immortality, not aesthetics. Inside, shafts align perfectly with specific star constellations. Cities depopulated, with abandoned buildings overtaken by nature. The precision proves one thing. Ancient Egyptians were engineers, not mystics. Their geometry, astronomy, and labor management were centuries ahead. Western Europe fractured into multiple kingdoms and fiefdoms. They understood the principles of weight distribution perfectly. Economic collapse, political instability, and external invasions converged. Recent scans in 2017 confirmed a massive void near the center. Was it a hidden burial chamber or a structural secret? The pyramid might have acted as an energy stabilizer, not a tomb. Others believe it encoded mathematical constants like pi and phi. Whether coincidence or design, the precision is undeniable. But the real genius was in manpower organization. Every worker knew their role, every task its purpose. The site was an early example of large-scale projects management. They managed food, tools, and resources for tens of thousands daily, all without modern logistics or computers. By the time Khufu's pyramid was completed, it was the tallest structure on Earth, and it held that record for nearly 4,000 years. No skyscraper, no cathedral surpassed it until modern times. But the real marvel isn't its height. It's that it still stands, through floods, earthquakes, and centuries of erosion. What kind of knowledge did they possess to build something so eternal? Maybe the answer isn't magic. It's mathematics. Their wisdom turned stone into legacy. Even modern architects admit it shouldn't have been possible. But it was, and it was achieved 4,500 years ago. The pyramids remind us that human ingenuity transcends time. They were not built by aliens, but by brilliance. Every block tells a story of determination and devotion. For the pharaohs, it was immortality. For the workers, it was history. For humanity, it remains the ultimate symbol of perfection. The desert may bury their tools, but not their knowledge. The pyramids stand as proof that ancient science was anything but primitive. Their engineering defied time and defined civilization. Because the greatest mystery isn't how they built them, but how they still stand today.